All right, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Let's see how we're going here. I think we are all set. All right, so hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a lovely day. You can see Loki is ready for a treat, and he does not want to. He wants to let me know that he's ready for a treat. But excuse me. A lot of stuff to talk about here today. We're going to be pulling up CNBC, what happened there with the CPI data. Good CPI data led to a very good result. When we were talking about this yesterday, I was like, I can see Bitcoin possibly getting up to $100,000 with a good CPI number. Yeah, we got above 100,000 bucks, so I was wrong on that one. We went well above it. So good news there. A lot of stuff to talk about as well here, but mostly Bitcoin, CPI, altcoins having a little bit of a rebound, but they're not back to where we want them to be yet. So again, dollar cost averaging there. And then I think what we're going to do today is also open up some swing trades together just so we can see what's going on. I still think this is a volatile time. So again, I'm not doing any crazy swing trades, but I think opening up some DCAs here, dollar cost average leverage positions, I think I'm going to work out pretty well for us. So hey, Silky, happy to see you. Villarat, Island Time 101, and Risk, or R Lake. I don't know why I said whatever. But anyway, hope you guys are all having a good day here. I'm gonna give Loki a treat because he's sitting next to me. You guys can't see him, but he's sitting next to me and he's like, basically like, hey, I want a treat. There, you see? He's ready to pounce. Ow, dude, you can't be doing that. So he's getting a little bit too antsy with that type of stuff. I think because I kept him waiting, but usually he's very gentle with it. I'm gonna see him. Loki, come here. Slow. There you go. Okay, a little bit better right there. Yeah. All right. So let's get started here. And let me move this over here very fast. All right, just a quick update. Probably best to start over here with the weekly chart so we can see what's going on. We already know, a little bit of lag right here. We already know everything is kind of slowing down as far as momentum is concerned. We've talked about this for a while. I don't need to dive into this anymore. But in the scheme of things, we have gotten back a lot of those losses that we've sustained over the past week. All right. We were all the way down here at 94,000 bucks. Now all of a sudden we're back up to 100,000 bucks. So we've pretty much, risen back up around $6,000 for Bitcoin, which is actually a very good thing for us. Moving forward, however, this is where things still become very tricky, as you guys know. Why is there a little bit of lag from TradingView? I don't like any type of lag whatsoever. What we saw was Bitcoin break back above that 20-day moving average. Usually there's going to be volatility when we're around this moving average. I was surprised there was not much volatility at all when we broke down below it over here on Tuesday. Typically when we have that breakdown, it's pushing us all the way back down to 93,000 bucks. Maybe this could just be the bull market doing its work here as far as the weekly chart still being very bullish, or maybe institutional investors came back in because you did see that large wall around 94,000 bucks. We kind of put that order block from here like 93,500 up here, and it seems like it managed to hold so far. Now, MACD is still bearish, RSI is still bearish, stochastic is still bearish on the daily chart. However, if this does get back in line here, I should be pretty excited to see what happens next. It'll be kind of an interesting thing because we may see the weekly MACD green, the stochastic red on the weekly chart, the RSI red on the weekly chart, but the daily stochastic and RSI oscillators all pointing green, which will make things a little bit choppiness, but I think it'll still be good enough for me to open up a trade and see what happens, especially if we can get a breakout above the $104,000 mark. I think we'll be good. Right now, the daily chart still looks okay. Again, it's not great. I've been telling you guys this for a while. Not great, but good enough for me to dollar cost average into, right? And hey, C. Harris, welcome back. I appreciate it. I appreciate being a member as always. So we got some interesting stuff coming our way. The 4-hour chart right here, this was pretty interesting. And again, funny enough, there's a few things here. You can see there's a level of resistance that we're hitting right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. We're still bullish on the 4-hour chart, but we're just facing a little bit of resistance here. Not really too much to be concerned about. Back to the 15-minute chart. I think I just got to show this to you guys every day because it is very, very interesting. And right over here, right as the New York Times started again, we just started to take off. And again, I know it was because of economic data and stuff like that, and we'll talk about that just here in a second. But for those of you guys that really want to trade, and this hasn't been good for me over the past few weeks as well. You guys are going to have to wake up pretty early to get to get the most out of this market if you guys want to day trade, right? So things are a little bit different going forward here. Typically me, I like to trade in the middle of the night. I like to open up trades, then kind of hold them for 20 to 30 hours. That 20 to 30 hours really does just do a really good job of encompassing all of this. So like if you wanted to trade a breakout yesterday on the 1 hour chart or something like that, right? You see this downtrend here, you're like, maybe we're gonna have a breakout. You break out here at 12 a.m. You could try to play that breakout with momentum accelerating on the 1, momentum accelerating on the 2, 3, still there, 4, still there. Yeah, so you could have traded that breakout and held it for 20 hours and tried to see that next level of resistance, which actually happens to be around this $100,000 mark or $107,000 mark. 100,700 mark. There we go. And that was a way to do it right there. I didn't do it, of course, but that's typically, I guess, how I would have wanted to trade that. But let me get it here very fast. There you go. That can still be a little bit more rough because you have to believe that the CPI data is going to be good. If I go over here to CNBC, there's a lot of news today, guys. So much news. Yeah, Service Titan prices IPO at $71 above expected range after slow stretch for tech offerings. I thought I did this already. Hold on. For CNBC, fine. Not for Bloomberg, because Bloomberg sucks with payroll stuff. United Healthcare stuff. That's stuff right there. Service Titan price IPO. These two are not the Service Price Titan people, are they? I don't know. Tesla shares closed at record high, boosted by 69%. Pop since Trump election victory. Oh God, sorry guys, I'm tired tonight. I just have that feeling. I can tell the way I'm speaking right now. It's a little bit but a few things here. Let me go back over here very fast. ChatGPT is out right now. They're still working on it. I actually tried to get it for the stream here today to kind of break down some data, but it's not being it's not available, I guess, right now. And then where's it at? Man, everybody forgot about CPI data. Really, it was the same day. I guess there's just so much news happening. Nobody cares about CPI data anymore. Let's go back over here. No, okay. There we are. There we go. All right, so here's the inflation breakdown for November 2024 in one chart. This was actually pretty interesting because you did see things go up, but I don't think much of it was in the control of the Fed. So in my opinion, this gives the Fed a reason to keep on cutting as we go on month over month over month, right? And hey, Digital K, Nora Games, happy to see you guys there, and OP Mary Productions. Let's go right here. So I'm just going to read the story very fast. It's going to be nice and quick. I had ChatGPT make it short for you guys, but ChatGPT is done for the day. Oh man, I pay them $20 a month for what? This means I'm not paying them $200 a month for that new crap they're trying to sell. Consumers saw inflation pick up slightly in November as price increases in categories including groceries, gasoline, and new cars outweighed a deceleration in others such as shelter during this month. Shelter going down, that's pretty good. Or deceleration, right? The Consumer Price Index, a key inflation gauge, rose at 2.7% for the last month relative to November 2023. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Wednesday. I hate how they have the paragraph there. The annual rate was up from 2.6% in October. I don't see an acceleration on inflation, said Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's, but I think it's persistently too strong. But that's okay. Persistently too strong is fine. But basically, here's where everything was. Eggs jumped up a lot. Juices and drinks jumped up a lot. Dried beans, peas, and lentils were up a lot. Pork chops were up. Beef was up. Ground beef was up. Really, everything below that was kind of in an acceptable range. You know, the way it fluctuates, instant coffee, butter, you know. Motor vehicle insurance. I don't know if any of you guys have had new insurance over the past year. Apparently, that's been going up a lot. Pet services has been going up a lot. I don't know if many of you guys own pets, but yeah, I've noticed that as well. Just to get my dog groomed up, you guys know it takes a little bit of money. College textbooks are up quite a bit. I feel like college textbooks really should not be as expensive as they are. I feel like college textbooks are in part just a scam because you never actually go through the entire textbook. Care of invalids plus elderly, 9.9%. Motor vehicle repair, 7.8%. Watches, stuff like that. You know, You don't have to have a pet, so that doesn't affect many people. Not many people are in college. Caravan valids, elderly, a small percentage of the population. Motor vehicle repair, a lot. Watches, a lot, I guess. I don't know how many people wear watches today, but you get the gist. Inflation was up, but it wasn't like in a very disturbing way, right? It was kind of like, okay, we expected 2.7%, we got 2.7%, and the market reacted very well to that. And that's why I see Bitcoin going sky high here once the data came out. I mean, this was just a really solid move. You're probably going to see a lot more shorts get liquidated over the next 24 hours here, unless they're able to push us back down. But we made a rally really quick here. And actually, let me go over here to the 4-hour chart and break this down for you. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Look at Ethereum. Just want to make sure this is clear. Ethereum hit that resistance level right there, got smacked back down. Solana, right, resistance level smacked back down. Dogecoin, a few different ones right here, depending on which one you're looking at. There's one, right? With, right? And the main purpose of this is I just want to remind you guys that altcoins are not nearly as high as they were just a few days ago. Bitcoin may be very close to its all-time highs, but altcoins are no longer there. You go over here to the weekly chart for some of these meme coins and some of these altcoins in general. It's very far away from those all-time highs. Ethereum, it still has a way to go, but I think it's actually okay here. Solana, a little bit of a way to go, but not terrible. So I should zoom in for some of these things, but you can still see it's at 226. The high's over here, 265. It's not even close to that right now. Dogecoin, same type of thing. It had a pretty nasty drop. It can make its way back up, but again, you know, I'm using this opportunity just to dollar cost average and do a little bit more of that. I'll probably do some dollar cost averaging with you later on at tonight's stream. I'm not sure worked out okay. Let's go back over here. Whiff, of course, not looking the best. Bonk, that one was looking a little bit better last time, but yeah, now it's just, what a spike, and then, of course, it's not even close to the high. So I'm starting to accumulate small amounts of this, and I mean small amounts. I already have some of my other positions, but, you know, on my week's account, I only have a few positions left because a lot of my stuff got stopped out. So right now, all I have is an XRP position, a world token position, and 1,000 Pepe position. And they're all, I don't know if you guys can see this, they've all been, they all have realized profit because I've sold some of it. But I only have $71 in profit right here for XRP right now because I sold most of it off. This one's only up 168 bucks, and this one's only up $154. So they are making me money. If the market continues to rally, I'll be very happy. But I think I need to add some new positions with you guys to see what's happening next. I'm just waiting to, well, let me see. If we back out of some of these tokens, you know, they're still bullish as far as the weekly charts. This daily chart for these is just not that good, right? Bonk is still bearish in the daily. Popcat's still bearish in the daily. Mog is still bullish on the daily. Actually, it's coming down, but it was bullish. At least as far as these. I guess the RSI and MACD are bearish now. Ocean is bearish right here. So I think this short-term bearish trend is something that I can hop into. I don't think you have to toss a bunch of money in here though, especially because, again, they do have that downward momentum and it's going to take a little bit of time for it to build back up. NSCS 2.7% exactly. Egg prices are ridiculous. $8 for an 18-pack here in New York. Oh, geez, that's absolutely insane right there. I do have a bad habit of choosing expensive eggs, so I'm probably not the best person to talk about egg prices. I get those eggs that like come in like the nice. There's a lot of packaging around the eggs. I only get them a dozen, but they're really good with cooking. One of my friends in Pennsylvania, his dad has a chicken farm, and goddamn, I love farm fresh eggs. Not like a farm, not like a professional farm, but just like 20 chickens out in the backyard. But they taste really good. And hey, Tim, happy to see my man. Could you look at possible Mara movement for the next few days? Mara? I don't even think Mara's on my list. Ooh, geez, it's lagging a little bit today. Just the charts, not the side stuff here. This is still working pretty well. Well, it remains bearish here. Let me see. Do we actually break down yet or not? Okay. So it feels like it's been ranging for quite a bit of time here, and now it's hit that resistance level over there, coming back down a little bit more. Feels like it just wants to come back down here to something that's a little bit lower. I mean, I do see you have some support levels as far as moving averages are concerned, but this feels like it might want to break down below this trend line here and start making its way back below $20. Day still creeping back down. Everything bearish there. Weekly chart is bullish still. Yeah, it definitely seems like some short-term bearish pressure on it. I'd be mindful to see what happens tomorrow if it decides to break down. You might see over the next few days it head back down here to 1941 and hopefully start to bounce back off to go higher here. But right now it's definitely bearish. Really hasn't been able to make a good comeback today. Kind of surprising on that one though. There we go. I just got fresh product and I wanted to take a dip so bad. Oh man. And hey Nicholas, happy to see you, man. Let's see right here. What do you think about Tron? Tron is just good for long-term holding. I don't trade it at all. Riot? Yeah, since they're pretty similar, I can take a quick peek at both of them. Let's see. That's definitely bearish too, yeah. I don't think it's as bearish. I mean, we haven't done Riot technical analysis in who knows how long. Before we broke down below this trend line right here. At least now we can take a peek out of it. So it's still bullish on the weekly chart, that's fine. This thing is used to going down with a few quick pops. Cheap stock at 11.97, 11.77. I'd say right now, just be a little bit more careful of it, as it kind of does look like it wants to have a short-term death cross. For me, though, when I see both Mara and Riot here, because I'm still overall bullish on Bitcoin, I just think these are just generally just consolidation zones where you have to buy some up and then wait for the rally. It would be kind of hard to do options with this because of how volatile Bitcoin has been, and Bitcoin sometimes doesn't just go straight up like we like it to. It goes sideways for a while, and when it goes sideways, usually some of these assets can come down. But I think this is just more of a time for accumulation. Like, okay, if we do have a breakout here, like obviously I'd buy that and probably sell 50% of it here to wait to see if it breaks out even higher. But when it comes to things like Mara and, let's see, Riot, you have some resistance up here around 1432, up here on 1561, 16. Your price target in the short term would be, you know, a couple weeks from now, would be around 20 bucks, which is like almost 100% profit here, which is pretty, you know, quite a bit here. So is there something in the short term that seems a little bit better though? It's hard because you guys know this is all, you know, Bitcoin related. $23. First resistance was there at 10.30. Next one was $13. And that's still what we're facing right now. Afterwards comes 14 or 15.06, which we had some issues with before. After that, 17.11, then $20.03. Yeah, I think it's okay to continue holding. I wonder if you're making more profit with this though, or Bitcoin, if you guys just hold Mara versus Riot versus Bitcoin. you go. How's everything looking right now? Bitcoin's up 4%. Ethereum is up 6%. Man, Ethereum really wants to rally right now. XRP's at 4.5. Solana's up 5. BNB's up 6. Dogecoin's up 7. Wow. Still negative a little bit for some of these over the last week, but I guess Bitcoin turned positive for the weekly charts. ADA's up 10%. What made the big move here? SUI, wow. Etna. Or Athena, I don't know how to pronounce that. Virtuals Protocol, Peanut the Squirrel. I know they had a new listing announcement today. Aptos. I met with some Aptos guys once. I don't know if I ever heard back from them. Let me see. Oh, I guess I didn't reach out to them. My friend did, but still. If they didn't reach back out to him, they didn't reach back out to me. Aave, Gala, okay, 20%. I mean, so we did see some really big moves here. I wonder if I go back over here to something like a Sandbox, which is up 16%. Where are they at compared to the last few days? Still really good moves. It's just, yeah, it's not back up to that $1.08. Oh, wow, they were actually really far away from that. How far away is that? This thing must have just freaking tanked and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, they're 40% away from those highs. Where the heck? How far did this thing fall? 43% in 5 days? Man. That is wild. That is, I mean, it came right down to support and it bounced off of it, I guess. But that, yeah, geez. Some of these tokens really took a freaking hard fall, which is, again, why we had the stop losses. But I would say for those new people that just bought Sand for the first time a few days ago and they watched it drop by like 43%, you know they're not happy about this. You know they're not happy about this at all. There you go. At least Bitcoin's making some moves right now. Hey guys, when it comes to the Donald Trump token, usually, I mean, you might scale out 90% by the time he's inaugurated, but during the inauguration, you're probably going to see a build up towards that date, and then on the night of the inauguration, you'll probably see it either. I mean, I usually sell before the news event, if you will, so I'd be like 80%, 90% out of it by then. Plus, you already have some good profits. I would at least scale out something. When is he inaugurated? The 20th? That's on a Monday, so the market should be open on that January 20th. And then, Mark, you did a pre-sale. You put in some money there, and you're happy with it so far. Putting with what you were willing to lose. I mean, that's the way you have to do it. It's unfortunately, it's a lot of people. Remember the guy that lost like $70,000 in Hawk Tour coin? Yeah, actually, there wasn't really much news about Bitcoin today from X. X is just horrible when it comes to this type of stuff. Today's the 11th, but we're getting messages from the 10th. I just don't like it. The 10th, the 8th. It's just I don't like it. This is one finally. But let me go over here to Hawk. Tour. Still nothing from her. She has the Hawkonomics still up, and she has the post about it being live is still up. Damn. Yeah. I wonder. I don't know what Hot Pause is. Pause Across America. See, knowing her, this could be a scam for all I know. This could completely be a scam for all I know, which sucks. You know what I mean? Like, her name is like been dragged through the mud. Dragged through the mud. But no more posts. Over here, do they have another post? No more. I mean, they're freaking dark. They're dark for a week. That's not a good sign for any project in reality. Although, when it comes to Hawk Tour coin, you'd probably want to buy it now, wait for the announcement, it'll spike like crazy, then get out during the spike, because you know the insiders are also going to be using that as an excuse to get out. That's why they haven't been selling off large quantities, because they know there's going to be another spike. But yeah, I'm not telling you to buy Hawk Tuer coin. I'm just telling you that's an easy strategy for people that like to do small market cap tokens, Michael. But there's a risk in there that I don't think many people should have to take to get some money. I feel like these swings are so large that every move is a trap. Yeah, I mean, in these circumstances, what we've been really doing here is just been doing the boring stuff of buying and holding, dollar cost averaging. I would say out of all the dollar cost averages we've done as a channel, we opened about 15 positions. About 3 of them did not work out. And they weren't like huge losses, but they were just like break-even losses or losing, you know, like 10 to 20% on the investment. So not terrible, because they didn't end up spiking back up to where we bought them, kind of, you know. But everything else, I mean, they had some really good moves, and it was stuff I didn't really predict. Remember, I went heavy into Turbo, thinking that Turbo was going to make a good move. It did not. It did not at all. However, some other stuff that I heard about from you guys, right? I don't think I have it in here, but like Polygon. I bought Polygon with one of you guys saying, hey, you know, Polygon's been doing shit for the last couple years. It's bound to do something now. I kind of talked myself into it, and that made me some good money. The Pepe trade, I was not expecting that to be good at all, but I mean, right now that's up over 1,600%. The World token, that one, I love the AI token, so that's up over 700%. XRP, I bought that telling you guys, hey, eventually it'll break out. Eventually. I know XRP is very boring, but if you give it some time, it usually does have a really good move. And then what did we see? XRP just freaking launched the moon. Again, it was kind of luck on the side of those tokens, but it ended up working out in our favor. So that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm looking for different tokens over here. Of course, they say hot, like meme tokens here. Doge, Pepe, Floki, Sheeb, Bonk, Turbo. I don't know. I mean, Turbo's up 25% right now. Like, let's check this out, right? It's the daily chart. Yeah, now I would have been profitable, right now. But if I've been accumulating all the way over, well, I guess not all the way over here. October? Yeah, October, yeah. A little bit over here, a little bit over here, a little bit over here, right? And it just now starts to get profitable the last few days. It's not really worth it to me. I think I sold it back over here, like right before it started taking off. I'm a fucking idiot, I know. But again, I'm just like, you know, the fees are eating away at it, you know, but sometimes that's just the way it is. Sometimes you sell and it goes up. You can't buy back in. Otherwise, you know, you just can't do it. You just gotta like, fuck it, I made a mistake, whatever. Or you just look at your other positions, like Pepe made me a lot of money, Bitcoin made me a lot of money, Ethereum made me a lot of money. Like, you can look at it in both ways, right? Web3, there's a few there. AI tokens. Maybe I should do more with AI. Maybe I should wait for these to settle down a little bit, but Arkham's up 12%, AI is up 15%. Maybe I should do some of these. I mean, we already have World token, which is up 700% since we bought it, which is up basically with the 10x leverage at 70%. I wish it would not scroll down all the way. Let's see. OTX. I guess we can just do some minimum openings here, just to get things rolling. We're not leveraging 20%. We're just gonna go 5x for these. And let's just do 20 bucks on this. We'll just do 20 bucks in market. That way to just have the positions open. Arkham, 20 bucks. Okay, let's go 25 bucks. NMR was pretty good. I hold a lot of NMR in spot. Oh shit. God. I hate when it does it. Hold on a second. I gotta flash close that one. Flash close that one. Alright. See, it automatically moved it up here towards 20x. I don't know why it does that. I took a few dollar loss on that one, maybe. So it's 25. IOTX, I think was the other one. No. Is there anything else? AI. 25. Again, yeah, up here, 20x. They need to find a way to make it like default. Your default is 5. Your default is 1, so you don't make mistakes like this. Although I guess the average trader is not just really saying, hey, let me just go buy some shit right now. You know, it feels like I'm shopping right now at the mall. It's not like, oh, this guy's investing, you know. Arbitrum, layer 2, metaverse. You know, are there any cheap metaverse tokens here? Not really, actually. Up 3, Arbitrum. NFT. Here, let's see. Deep. I thought I owned some Deep. Or no, Deep is on let me log in to BYD. I think it's in this account here, but I don't know if I'm actually logged in or not. Nope, I am not. No, it's not on this one. Let's see. Maybe it's on ZoomX or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. No, because on this one I have Hamster, Caddy, and Big Time. Oh, well, that's fine. Alright, let me go back over here very fast. Anything else that I should buy? What's on the downside? Anything come down today? ME? What's ME? It's new, whatever it is. Let me see. I wonder if I should do a YOLO, but I feel like I only want to put like 20 bucks into it. ME. Magic Eden? See, this is why I don't know what ticker this is. Okay, it says ME like that. It has a weird little logo with ME. This one. Oh, $30 million market cap. Wow. And it's come down quite a bit today. Huh. You know what? We can put a $25 5x leverage position in here. But man, I mean, we're playing with fire here, so. And it's $5. Oh, no, never mind. Who wants to buy a token for $5? I saw a low market cap token for $5 is insane. To me, that doesn't sound like a token that wants to evolve into the billions of market cap. 04, 08. Is anything in here? MOG. Let's see, market price. No, I'll find some more later. I mean, I've already had some of these and I've already sold some of them, so I don't want to double track or double dip into them. But yeah, we'll see. And hey, Ethan, happy to see you. You think these will go crazy end of the year, like everyone says, turn around and bite us? Oh, you think things will get crazy at the end of the year? Right now, I think things are still working out in our favor. If we are going to have something of a large move down, it would happen sometime in January. And that's mostly because that's when all this hype is supposed to be like really strong around Trump, around cryptocurrency, new policies, new people coming into the White House, you know. That's probably when I would start to say, hey, we might be looking at something more of an accumulation, or potentially the beginning of the, like, you know, the highs of Bitcoin would have been reached by then. But, you know, practically we're probably still looking at another quarter or two of good Bitcoin growth. And the main reason of that is because of everything happening with the hedge funds, institutions buying up loads of Bitcoin. The best way to fix that, though, or make yourself feel a little bit safer about that, is just to have some stop losses in play, whether they're like actual stop losses you have on the exchange, or if there's something like a what would you call it? Like a mental stop loss. We say, hey, if the price of this asset goes down to this level because it's spot, right, I'm just gonna sell and take my few $1,000s, my few 100%, my 50%, whatever, and I'll walk away. And then if I was wrong, I can always re-enter the market here and make some more money. That's usually the best way I found to do it. You don't have to have a stop loss that's so close to where we are right now. Like having it again, I have a bunch of Bitcoin left, right? If I said, oh, I'm setting my stop loss to $100,000 because I'm afraid that something may happen, well, of course it's going to hit over the next day or two, right? Even next few minutes. And so I don't want that to happen. But like maybe I'd make it at $80,000. If Bitcoin falls below $80,000, I got to sell the rest of my Bitcoin right then and there, right? Haley Welsh offers zero utility, move on everyone. Of course she offers zero utility, but it is a big news story, so we have to cover it. I am waiting to see if there is going to be a new, what do you call though, a new statement. There has to be some type of statement, because I mean, you know, the lawyers have been talking like crazy with her, like, hey, do this, you gotta, you know, don't do this, probably not telling her to do stuff, just what not to do. You heard Coinbase is listing Turbo? Oh, that could be a reason for them to have some good news as well. Yeah, I'm glad I DCA'd that slowly at lower levels. Dollar cost averaging helps a lot. Just because if you know Bitcoin's in a bull run, right? We've known this since what, like last October? Since, yeah, like the end of 2022, 2023, beginning of 2023. We've known Bitcoin was going to go higher. So if you guys dollar cost average through that, you're typically going to be in a good mood. The issue is, again, like you could do this with something like that's like a Dogecoin, I guess. Right, 2022, 2023, rate cut stopped happening here. When it was July 27th, 2023. That was way back over here. Right there, right? Now, of course, you could be dollar cost averaging all this. I know I was, not with Dogecoin, but with a lot of other tokens out there. But if you're averaging all this, right, your average is probably going to be, let's say a bad average is right here at the very high. Not all these low points where you could have bought. Maybe you FOMO'd in a couple times or something like that, and your average is pretty high, around 10 cents. Even if it's there, you're still happy with where it is now, right? You go over here to something like an STMX, right? Well, let's say your average is right here. You could actually be below that average right now and still be losing money. But again, if you keep on dollar, well, actually, if you would have had to buy a lot up here actually for that to make sense. Maybe something more like this. You could be breaking even or something like that. But the point being, like, you know, not everything is gonna be perfect, but most of what you buy at that time is still going to be looking fairly good, right? See those, all the average you can be doing down here. Even if you average over here, you're going to have a lot more time to average over here, which is going to move down, 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 down. Then eventually, of course, it spikes and whatnot. Pepe, well, I guess that's something different. It's still in the 23 after the last rate cut. ADA, right? A lot of averaging. You know, averaging during all that is why is helpful. But it's only because you get these crazy moves like this where it's just like, I can't catch up. There's nowhere to buy. You have to have a lot of faith every time you buy in a freaking candle like that, which is why many people don't do it in the first place. There we go. Turbo was just listed on Coinbase. That's why. See, maybe if I would have held Turbo a little bit longer, I would have been able to rack in some of those gains. But no, you know, I got fed up with Turbo and I was like, you know what, fine. Now, again, like I told you guys before, I have it in spot token form, but I had a good amount of money there for leverage because I wanted to see it go up. And I've sold it like 5 days too early. 5 days too early. So you know what? It is what it is, but man, I was disappointed in Turbo for not making a good move. Same with Popcat. I had high hopes for Popcat as well. Buying now just feels crazy. You know, it just depends on where you think we are in the cycle, right? Again, we could hit this we could be consolidating at this range for like another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And if that's the case, you know, maybe right now is a good time to buy in future hindsight, But, you know, I'm still dollar cost averaging right now. I don't feel the need to go into any swing trades at this point in time. It's not really worth it if you ask me. You hear about that new quantum computer Google released? I wonder how to invest in that. I'm not entirely sure. I own a decent amount of Microsoft. I put out a video about Microsoft turning down Bitcoin investments, but in my video it says I don't care about that at all. I want them to be making me money as a shareholder, and if they feel like they have to do that going through AI and stuff where they know how to do it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I would have loved if they would have symbolically bought 1 Bitcoin. That's Magic Eden Turbo was just released on Coinbase, so it's GigaChat. Oh, GigaChat, huh? Pepper is doing good for just being released. Hey, there's a lot of tokens out there right now that are just being released, and they're doing a little bit better because Bitcoin finally made a little bit of a comeback after some really bad looking charts the last few days, right? ChatGPT even scarier. I mean, there's always going to be something new coming out. I'm somebody that's going to embrace all of it. You know, if it ends up destroying the world, it ends up destroying the world. But for now, it doesn't seem like it is. So I'll sleep soundly, of course. But yeah, I think it'll happen with our grandkids and our great grandkids. I think that's when the world will probably hit, you know, shit will hit the fan. But right now, you know, we're spending a bunch of money. We're doing everything we do. We got some wars and stuff like that, but we seem to be able to kind of like not get too hot in the wars. The exception being Russia versus Ukraine type stuff. But I feel like after this Russia-Ukraine debacle, NATO knows to stop expanding towards Russia. Russia knows that it can't even beat one small country in that's not even in NATO. I know we give them lots of arms and stuff like that, but still. So Russia's going to go into like retraining their army for the next like decade or something like that. NATO's going to just basically build up a nice defensive perimeter, and then we'll just be chill again, hopefully, right? China, I don't think they want to fight with America. I think they just want their economic prosperity. They'll play their games and whatnot, but I think it's more of just a resource war right now. You know, Asia, America, Europe, they're all going into Africa. Africa is basically giving the middle finger to Europe because of, you know, prior disagreements, I guess you could call it. America trying to pay our way in there, and China trying to build their way in there with building hospitals and stuff like that. So I think Africa is going to be the next big thing for the next decade or two. Middle East will always be a noisy place, but I think our time in the Middle East is winding down slowly. Of course, we could still play our games. We've got Israel in there as a friend, so to speak. I think things are simmering. You know, they're simmering down a little bit here. I think Trump just came out with a Truth Social speech a few days ago, or a tweet, whatever you post, saying, "Hey, Syria is a freaking disaster. It's a shit show. Let's not deal with this at all. We don't have to try to solve this problem. It's not fucking American related." So I think he was responding as Joe Biden wanted to give Syria money, but like the people running Syria are technically on the terror watch list, so probably not the wisest thing to do. So yeah, there's just so much going on right now. But at least it's like your typical drama. It's not your like, oh shit, now we're going for like World War III again. I think ever since Russia launched those hypersonic missiles, or whatever you want to call them, I don't know if they're hypersonic, we haven't heard much about Ukraine launching the new missiles into Russia. So, you know, we're calming down just a little bit here. We're calming down. Have I tried Trade GPT? I have not tried it yet. Well, I don't know. I might have tried it when it first came out. I might have. I like to use GPT more for fundamental analysis, and then reading earnings reports and things like that. Everything else I use ChatGPT for is just kind of a little bit of a assistant to like my normal strategy with the moving averages, the MACD, stochastic RSI, you know, with the weekly charts, daily charts, stuff like that. Do I think XRP will lead the bull market this run? No. No, it won't lead the bull market. Bitcoin will lead the market here. But XRP will have some very nice gains, as you guys have already seen so far. Trade GPT. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Gala's making a move right now. Let me see. Bitcoin's making a teeny thing, but it's not really a lot. Let me see. Do I have Gala on the list? I should. Oh, that was GTC actually making a move right here. Why is there such a lag today? This is GTC in case anybody wants to see this one as well. But here's Gala. Link is up 7%. Oh, wow. Look at this. Link is making a real big move here. RLC is up a little bit. GRT is up a little bit as well. Which one was I talking about? Sushi's up a little bit. Yeah, so meme coins are making another resurgence today, which is a very good move for us. There's Gala. Did we make any money off our positions? The AI is up 9%, NMR is up 5%, IOTX is at 5%, and XRP and the other ones are still working pretty well for us. I can't buy this one just because the $5 for a token that's such a low market cap. I'm a firm believer, but for better or worse, and sometimes it has been worse, that if you're going to put out a new token onto the market or a new token on exchanges, that like if it's a low market cap token like 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 100 million, it should still be under a penny at that point in order to get the maximum amount of like, oh yeah, we got to buy into this and let's go crazy, right? If they don't have that, it's not like the token can't do well, right? I just don't think it's going to go as parabolic as it otherwise could have. And sometimes I'm wrong about that, but it's a strategy where I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's saved me more money than it's lost me, so I'll keep doing it. And no worries, Luis. Happy to help you out, man. Here since 2021, it's been a while since that last bull market, and finally we got another another one, man. Oh man. What do you think about Fractal Bitcoin? Fractal Bitcoin? I don't even think I mess with Fractal Bitcoin. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it over here in case I'm thinking of something completely different. Because I don't remember the last time I looked at the website for this one. There we go. Scaling Bitcoin with Bitcoin. Fractal Bitcoin is the only Bitcoin scaling solution that uses the Bitcoin core code itself to recursively scale unlimited layers on top of the world's most secure and held blockchain. Fractal was conceived as a way to ease network congestion on Bitcoin, enabling wider adoption. Okay, I would say I'd probably actually end up buying into it, to be honest. But not because I think it's going to change the world or do even what they say completely in the white paper. Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of this. What type of new scammers do they have nowadays? Hold on a second here, guys. There you go. There we go. Oh, but yeah, as far as Fractal Bitcoin, yeah, it should be okay for the longer haul, but you know, it's better for a big squeeze in my opinion. Sheep to the moon. Right on, bro. Where are you in Vegas? Oh, I'm not in Vegas right now. I was in Vegas a few weeks ago. I'm back home in Washington State right now. I'm chilling, relaxing, enjoying the freaking ice cold weather. Probably gonna go out tonight to have a drink with a couple buddies or something like that, but that's about it. Not much really for me doing. I'm not really doing much right now. Let's see. I mean, Bitcoin's still making a move. I guess it just went down a little bit on the 1 minute chart, and that's why all the memes are doing it now too. I'm still pretty positive on Bitcoin though, which is again why I'm dollar cost averaging. Be careful there. Oh no, yeah, I'm definitely not in Vegas. I'm usually good in Vegas though. I don't do any crazy stuff in Vegas. All I do is work, and I go to like bougie parties where like wealthy people come to like show off their wealth or talk about their new product that they want to sell you, right? I don't really go into the deeper parts of Vegas, Vegas all too much, right? I'm usually a corporate dude there, just doing my corporate stuff. What kind of liquor do I like? Oh shit. Whiskeys, scotch, vodka, rum. I mean, I like most stuff. I even like a little bit of gin here, as long as it's the right brand of gin. Yeah, everything's good as long as it's the right brand. So, I even had absinthe a few times. One of my friends' father-in-laws or uncle-in-laws, I guess, came back from abroad with some really nice absinthe he kind of took in his suitcase, and it was really, really good. There was some really good stuff. But yeah, I like most alcohols. Really. Canadian cold beer. I guess I'm more of a Modelo guy these days. Ever since that Big O Budweiser fiasco, I think it just moved me off of Budweiser altogether. And I've just been more of a Modelo guy. I don't think Modelo got bought up by Budweiser. Let's see. 98 people watching. Imagine the market cap by the time it's 3K people watching. Yeah, I mean, what do you call? I've kind of given up on getting a lot of views off of YouTube. I think I'll get there eventually, but I have to be able to hype up a lot of people and do a lot of crazy talking like I did back in 2021. And even then, I would consider myself a more boring of a person as far as YouTube creators are concerned. I'm not the eccentric type, you know. Like even my buddy, Tom Crown has the crazy glasses and stuff like that. The crypto bro attitude. You got what's the guy? Crypto face. He has the mask and stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on to like building the brand around the channel. I really haven't done too much as far as that type of work because I've always just liked trading and talking about trading. I think what I'm doing right now is what I've been testing for the past few months and what I've just kind of started to implement over the last 2 weeks or so is I've started to put up more daily content, and I've been trying to figure out the right formula for it. And it seems like the right formula for it right now is 1 or 2 videos a day. It has to start off with the hook that's CNBC or Bloomberg talking about Bitcoin, and then I elaborate after that portion, that 30-40 seconds of the video, about what they were talking about, and then maybe we can go back into more CNBC or Bloomberg video, and we kind of build it off of CNBC or Bloomberg, then me, then back and forth, and I think that's what's been working the best so far. I've been trying just to talk by myself, and it doesn't seem to get traction, so it has to be a mixture of CNBC plus me, and I think that'll be good, and then eventually I can just put me on there once I become more famous. But until then, I've pretty much given up on doing a bunch of streaming stuff as far as becoming streaming famous, or not even famous, just lots of followers. I think if there's a big bull market, definitely like we go parabolic and stuff, and there's a lot of interest. Yeah, people will come in, of course, but I don't expect anything that like I had back over in 2020, 2021, 2020. Nah, feels a little bit different, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. You like Heineken's? Heineken's are pretty good. Is Cuban cigars expensive in Canada? I have never bought a Cuban cigar in Canada, but I would have to expect they are. This is the last piece. No more whining. Thank you for biting gently. Do I think XRP will be at $500 next year? No, not even close. Not even close to that. Modelo and Bud, same company? Ah, see, it is the same company. See, let's see. But I've never bought Cuban cigars. What do you call? Yeah, let me see this very fast. Because I thought it was this Modelo bought by Bud. Oh, it's not. Okay. It's owned by Constellation Brands and therefore not affiliated with AB and InBev. Okay, that's good. No, Modelo is owned by Grupo Modelo, a division of Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, it is. Sorry. Okay, yeah. See, Wikipedia, maybe Wikipedia is just dated or something like that. Whatever, no more Modelo. About the natural water. That could be interesting right there. They on Bush too? Where do I get my Cubans? International friends of mine. Well, I shouldn't say international, like friends that live in the United States that go abroad every now and again. But that's about it. Just personal friends. Corona is peachy. Ooh, yeah. I used to like Coronas with a little lemon in it or a lime. Yeah. Yeah, Michael, I'll always be here. Oh man. When do you think Dove is shooting to $1 or closer to it than the price right now? What do you mean? When do you think Dove is shooting to $1 or closer to it than the price right now? I mean, right now, if Bitcoin can hold up this trend, we'd probably see a big move with a lot of assets coming up later on this weekend or next week, right? It looks like right now we're still trying to stabilize a little bit before making a larger move, and we've been having some trouble with it. Remember, we've had this big pop. We need to stabilize for at least a week so. And again, these can be very choppy stabilization periods. But the next big news that we have to see is what happens on the 18th, next Wednesday. That's when Jerome Powell comes out and he says, hey, everybody, we're cutting rates by 25 basis points this time, but maybe we're going to pause. Or we can see the roadmap from future rate cuts, right? I mean, that can really tank the market back down. Again, I put out a video today. I know nobody watched it because YouTube did not push it out to anybody. But what do you call it? I talked about this type of stuff. And I believe that he'll cut the fit 25 basis points. After that, it'll be a little bit more tricky. And I guess I'll try. I mean, I've tried it a few times before. It's just never worked out for whatever reason. But maybe I just haven't been contacting the right streamers and whatnot. The ones that I know, they kind of have this weird ecosystem where they're all trying to boost each other up. But I've never been, again, I'm not a hype guy. So I'm not, again, you guys have to understand how YouTubers in the Bitcoin space, crypto space make money. They get you very excited to trade. And if you use their links down below and stuff like that, they make money off of your trading volume. So all they're designed to do is to make you buy and sell a lot. Like buy every day, buy every day, buy every day. Why do you think Crypto is basically, oh my God, it's alert, it's an alert. You got to do this now. Because the more you trade using their links, the more money they make. And I'm the complete opposite because I don't like to trade that often, right? I like to do these big swing trades and I like to do some day trading every now and again when the setup looks right. And so I can make really good money from that. But, you know, I'm not the type of guy that goes, wow, you got to buy, you got to buy, you got to buy. I'm not saying your guy is. I haven't even heard of him yet, so. But yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons I haven't been doing it so far. Need to stop by Total Wines and get some good wine, German beer, and some bring it up to you. What do you call it? German beer? I don't even think I've actually had German beer before. I have a friend that's from Germany. I'd ask Jan. He'll probably know what some good German beer and stuff is. Bitcoin's making a push right now, guys. It's actually pumping up a little bit here. Again, this is a 15-minute chart, so it is a pretty decent move that we're looking at. Get a drink of water here. Let's see. What has us popping off right here? Yeah, this is the 1 minute chart. Let's see. About to break 101,500 here. Oh, that's our little resistance right now. 101. Oh, there we go. We know we broke above it. Yeah, Bitcoin's making some good moves here. Well, it's not Heineken. Would you say a $2 Doge is in this play this cycle? I'm thinking more of $1.20 to $1.50 at the very highest point, and that's me over exaggerating my personal thoughts, right? This market has been kind of interesting, and so all of my I don't know. I'd probably say, yeah, $1.25 to $1.50 is probably the range I'd be thinking about. $2, it can definitely happen. I was not expecting Dogecoin to even hit anywhere close to 70 cents last time, right? So I'm not the best judge of that type of stuff. What's that beer from Japan? It's really good. I think probably Sapporo. I have that when I go get sushi downtown. But now I'm afraid of sushi in Seattle because Keith Lee came to town and he had a worm in his sushi. But I guess I've never been to that place before. I go to a much, I guess, fancier place for my sushi. Not that it matters. No, it does matter. When, you know, like when that whatever sushi they got there, it's like they can provide it at very cheap prices somehow. And I don't get cheap sushi. Not because it's cheap. It's just because I don't want to take sushi to go. I want to just eat my sushi in a nice restaurant and do it like that. Be serviced. I want to drink alcohol and stuff like that. I'm not just eating sushi for the sake of sushi. ADA, long-term hold it. It's been working out very well. It's just a strong dollar cost average. Yeah, there's definitely somebody trying to put up a wall, but it doesn't seem like it's strong enough right now. It's about $101,800. That's a new wall right now. And we're still, you know, getting above it. Yeah, we just broke above it right there as well. We're chewing through a wall right now. Not the most exciting thing, but hey, we're going up. It's German, get a glass. 80 World Mobile and Starlink, look it up. Ah, interesting. All right. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it a night here. I'm already late to go visit my friends, but I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit and let you guys know what my thoughts are on Bitcoin. So far, we're looking pretty good. This new daily candle still looking strong. We may even break out to all-time highs later on this week if we get a chance. Again, I'm not going all in. Maybe I will a little bit later because the MACD is still bearish. But I will say, again, I will say this. I'm dollar cost averaging through a lot of tokens right now in case we do manage to blast off, and that's been paying off for me. If you guys do want to swing trade right now and you guys do want to like preemptively get into Bitcoin, what you guys can do is try to buy right now at $101,650, have a stop loss around like $95,000, which is a pretty big stop loss, and then you're just going to wait for it to try to pop off and rally here. The 12-hour chart just turned bullish, although that really doesn't mean much over the past few weeks. The 4-hour chart's been bullish for the last few minutes, and that might have been the best opportunity to buy back in right over here. But right now, I'm taking it easy and just kind of watching to see how all this plays out. I do think, again, Bitcoin's still bullish, but it's not really good enough for me to take a swing trade. These dollar cost averages have been working absolutely fantastic for me. So see you guys a little bit later. Thanks everybody for watching the stream, and hopefully tomorrow I won't be so tired from going to the gym and